My name is Hadiza Nasser. I am the founder of the Bolah Girl Initiative. The Bolah Girl Initiative is a youth-led non-profit organization that is focused on climate change resilience and empowering women that are survivors of sexual and gender-based violence and young girls in communities across Nigeria. We are in Sakaya today to champion a pilot tree planting initiative because this community is one of the communities that suffers from devastating floods in the last few years. And tree planting is one of the ways that we can mitigate flood, empower women, and sort of bring down temperatures within different communities. So this is one of our initiatives to sort of empower the women in this community as well as the girls to understand their power to mitigate circumstances that come with natural occurrences and climate change, and not be left to accept whatever circumstances that has come to them as a result of the change in temperatures and weather. So we're here, like I said, today to sort of encourage them and tell them the benefits of tree planting and what they can do within their power to sort of make their situations better.
Mu dama Sakwaya an san mu da karamci da mutunta bako da kuma duk abin da ya kamata a yi bako ane masa. Kuma bale ku mata mu ba za mu manta da irin gudunmuwar da ake baku ba.
For me, this is very critical because we are empowering women. Because flooding activities affect mostly women and children. Women in the sense that once their houses are submerged, they become vulnerable. And with this tree planting, and it's working towards mitigating flooding, and also it has a long way of having some economic benefit for them.
The soil in Jigawa is very, very non-porous. And so when there's a lot of water, the ground finds it difficult to sort of absorb the water into the ground. And then there is pileage of water, and then it's one of the ways that floods can occur in a place. But when there are trees sort of help the soil by releasing nitrogen into the soil. It sort of helps the soil to absorb water from the surface of the earth. So this is one of the ways that trees will help in mitigating flood and reducing the impact of flood. So there are a number of reasons for this tree. For one, it is an economic tree. If it grows, it can produce cotton, and it can be a source of livelihood empowerment for the women that will own the trees. It can produce wool, and they can make other things out of the wool, and they can even sell the wool as a natural resource. And then Rimi tree is one of the trees that is known to harbor large amount of nitrogen. When it is planted in the ground, it sort of releases nitrogen into the ground, and it sort of helps to fix some of the issues that are with the soil, and it sort of even provides nutrients for plants that are close to it. So that's one of the reasons why we picked the tree that we picked to plant in this community.
Takin da za a yi amfani da shi a zuba a ramin, za a yi amfani da taki ne wanda yake da gari-gari na kashin shanu.
My name is Majid Abubakar. I am the founder and the project coordinator of Eyes on the Environment Initiative, a youth-led organization championing for sustainable future. And we came all the way from Kano to sensitize this community of Sakwaya community in Dusa local government of Jigawa State. This particular state is facing the challenges of climate crisis. Year in, year out, there's flooding, and also to the other extreme end, it's suffering from desertification, and this has to do with the incessant cutting down of trees, that deforestation that we are doing in the state. So we are here to sensitize them, and our target audience happens to be the women, because they are key when it comes to, they are like stakeholders. They are the key when it comes to the environment. They nurture the children, they nurture the environment, they protect the environment, and they are the one that we left them behind when there is crisis. When there's flooding, we the men were out there looking for greener pasture, and we leave them behind with the children, and this flooding would affect them, their mental health, and will also damage and introduce them to so many social vices, such as the girls will be abused and what have you. So that is why we said, carry them along, sensitize them on the impact of climate change, the need to plant trees, and the need to protect the environment.
This is just a pilot. We hope to see more of this as time goes on, and we want the community also to take ownership of what is going on. That's why we involve critical stakeholders, civil society organizations, the media, we also involve the government into it so that we can have sustainability.
This community is one of the communities that always face flood every year. Even last year, it is the worst season they have ever witnessed. There is a serious flood in this area. So this tree is one of the trees that will protect the environment.
Wannan abun da nake ji gaba da samun bihiya, ni da ma bihiya ina kokwantar ta tana nan ɗaya ce a gidanmu, amma yanzu da aka ba mu wannan, Ubangiji Allah ya saka muku da alheri, Allah ya saka muku da alheri. Ubangiji ya mai da kowa gida lafiya, Allah ya kai ku lafiya, Allah ya sa a kawo mana wata dubun wannan. Mun gode, Allah biya ku.
Allah ya kai ku gida lafiya, Allah ya tabbatar da alheri, Allah ya ba mu riko ya za abin da zan da ita.